I'm indeed honored and consider it a privilege to speak at today's ceremony to honor the memory of and pay tribute to late Shri Dharamji Jigyasu, Pitaji to his family, as I said before, and to many others as well. And I want to talk about his contributions to Arya Samaj, and I really want to thank you for giving me this opportunity. As I said before, I am his eldest son of 9 children. Pitaji and Mataji had 9 children. And my name again is Dharmendra Sharma, and my brief remarks are on behalf of the entire Jigyasu family in North America. You saw some of them. And to confess, I don't think if you asked me to recite the names of all of them, I could. There are many examples in my father's life that illustrate his remarkable courage, his inner strength, and his discipline, and his lifelong dedication to Arya Samaj. But perhaps I should go back one more generation and talk about his father, that is my grandfather, Pandit Leeladhar Arya. Since Pitaji received his great inspiration for and great devotion to Arya Samaj from Dadaji. I used to call him Dadaji and other grandchildren as well. Since I am the eldest, I had the good fortune of knowing my grandfather very well. Dadaji used to tell me that he read Satyarth Prakash for the first time when he was a young man. And it completely transformed his life. He became a devotee of Swami Dayananda Saraswati and follower of the great 10 principles of Arya Samaj. Tears of joy and devotion would come in Dadaji's eyes when he talked about Satyarth Prakash and Swami Dayananda Saraswati. His belief in Arya Samaj was so complete that he agreed to have his portrait picture taken only if we would let him hold the Satyarth Prakash in front of him. And the Jigyasu family has that picture of Pitaji. It's with us. To give one remarkable example of Dadaji's fierce and unconditional devotion to Arya Samaj, Dadaji arranged the marriage of a child widow in the very early 20th century. My guess would be maybe around 1925, something like that, in the 1920s. That was pre-independence India. Nothing like what India looks today, I'm sure. And this was despite the objections of practically the entire village of Samaj, and physical threats to Dadaji and his family. Pitaji carried on this tradition of great and unconditional devotion to the holy Vedas, Swami Dayananda Saraswati, and the principles of Arya Samaj throughout his life. Pitaji was the president of Madras, now it's called Chennai, Arya Samaj, in the late 1940s and early 1950s. And I remember him spending long hours for the Chennai Arya Samaj at that time. He traveled all over the world, places such as Australia and New Zealand and Hong Kong in the 1950s and 1960s on business. And at each place he would give lectures on Arya Samaj and talk about the holy Vedas. Pitaji came to the United States in the early 1970s, and as some of you are well aware, dedicated a significant amount of his time to the establishment of Arya Samaj in New York City, and later to this Arya Samaj. As a matter of fact, I remember coming here with him before this place was bought for Arya Samaj, and believe me, it looked a completely different place. You all ought to be congratulated for the wonderful job that you have done to bring this building to this beautiful stage. Some of you are also well aware of the countless hours he spent seeking funds for the purchase of this property. You know, you're also aware that he put up a significant amount of his own funds for the cause that was so near and dear to him. As you know, Pitaji performed many weddings and other Hindu ceremonies during his lifetime. But he never asked for nor negotiated a fee to perform these ceremonies. People from all over the United States and Canada as well have told me how Pitaji performed the wedding of a member of their family or a friend. People that I don't even know, when they come to know that I'm son of Dharam Jigyasu, oh yes, you know, he performed a wedding of either in their family or a friend of theirs. They invariably mention how beautifully he explained the meaning and the thought behind the shlokas, the Sanskrit verses. Pitaji also used to tell us, I remember him telling me more than once, that if there was a time conflict, quote, I would rather go to perform a funeral ceremony rather than a wedding ceremony. They need me more. Such was his thoughtfulness and considerate nature. He was indeed an example for all of us, a rare individual who helped even those he did not know well.